My girlfriend, who had claimed she was stuck working overtime all weekend, was currently proposing to another man at the very music festival I was attending. I was sitting in the VIP section, watching the whole scene unfold on the Jumbotron as they embraced. The camera suddenly cut away from them and focused directly on me, capturing a close-up of my face as I sat there, mechanically clapping. I saw her expression freeze in panic before she immediately ducked out of view, presumably into a bathroom, because my phone began vibrating uncontrollably. My best friend, Mark, was performing at a major music festival this weekend. He had given me 2 passes, telling me I should bring my girlfriend, Sarah. I was honestly impressed by how popular Mark had become as I sent a text message to Sarah, asking her, "Are you free this weekend?" It took her 3 hours to reply with just a single word, "No," followed by silence. I'd grown accustomed to her distant behavior over time. I tried to lighten the mood, sending a friendly emoji and a photo I had taken of a cute calico cat I saw earlier that day, a photo I had carefully selected. Sarah might have seen the message, or she might have ignored it. Either way, she never responded. On Sunday, I put on some of my nicer, stylish clothes and went to the venue early with Mark, settling into the designated friends and family area. I found myself sitting near some of the other performers' friends. I gave them a polite smile and a nod before finding a more secluded seat in the corner. The festival hadn't officially started yet, but some of the acts were doing their sound checks. When it was Mark's turn for sound check, I recorded a short video on my phone and sent it to our group chat. The replies came quickly. Mo wrote, "Nice," and Anne followed with, "My boy's amazing." Mo joked, "He gets that from me back in my day," to which Anne retorted, "You wish." I was used to their banter and switched applications to my message history with Sarah. The last message from the previous night was simply, "Going to bed." I briefly considered telling her I was at the festival, but decided against it. Sarah never liked loud environments like this. She always preferred quiet art galleries, classical concerts, or formal tea ceremonies. She often felt like someone from a different time. The main audience began to stream into the venue. I glanced over the growing crowd, and for a brief second, I thought I spotted a silhouette that looked just like Sarah's. I shook my head, dismissing the thought. There was no way she would be here. The festival officially kicked off, and I waved my hands along with the music. I had never really understood the appeal of music festivals before, but being there, I finally got it. Mark was performing a set of love songs that day, and a lot of people in the crowd were singing along. I felt incredibly proud of him. He even sang in my direction at one point, shouting, "I love you." Just then, a commotion started in the crowd, and people began shouting, "Proposal! Proposal!" The cameraman, a total professional, immediately swung the lens over to capture the moment. I looked up at the main Jumbotron and felt myself freeze completely. The person down on one knee, holding out a ring box, was Sarah. I instantly recognized the man in the white suit, smiling handsomely as he looked down at her. It was Sarah's close friend, David. I watched on the screen as Sarah took the ring and slid it onto David's finger with a look of deep affection, and then they pulled each other into a tight hug. They ducked away from the camera for a moment, their faces beaming with happiness. The smile I had been wearing stiffened on my face. I slowly sat back down in my chair, crossed my legs, and began to applaud for them with a completely blank expression. For some inexplicable reason, the camera operator suddenly swung the camera over to me, filling the giant screen with my face. Sarah and David's joyful smiles instantly froze. They both stared in my direction, their shock visible even from a distance. Mark's set ended. My phone was vibrating non-stop in my pocket. It was an explosion of missed calls and text messages from Sarah. "What are you doing here? Come backstage." "Let me explain. It's not what you think between him and me." I briefly glanced at the flood of messages before typing a simple reply. "We're done." Then I blocked her number and all her social media accounts. The next artist was beginning her set. Since the VIP area was right next to the stage, a girl in a performance outfit squatted down directly in front of me, singing to me, "Hey handsome, give me your hand. Let me ask you for a dance." Under her expectant gaze, I offered my hand, and she pulled me up, leading me toward the center of the stage. At that exact moment, Sarah returned to her spot in the crowd, now holding hands with David, and watched me with a cold stare. "Your friend said you know this dance," the performer whispered in my ear. I realized then that this was Mark's doing. I nodded, and as a professional dance instructor, I knew the viral choreography like the back of my hand. We joined in the duet, and when her performance ended, I was naturally guided backstage with her. "Man, Sarah, Mark started as soon as he saw me. "Stop," I interrupted him. "We broke up." I cut him off and sat down next to him, saying hi to the other musicians. "Dude, are you really just giving up on her? You've been into her for so long." "That girl is toxic. I'm going to write a song and roast her." Mark's childish reaction actually made me laugh. He was right. I had been chasing Sarah for more than a decade. From high school, through college, and into our professional lives, she had been a part of my entire youth. That evening, I declined Mark's invitation for dinner and headed home by myself. As I approached my building, I saw a figure standing under the streetlight. It was Sarah. There were already a few empty cigarette packs scattered at her feet. When she saw me, she walked over, and I was hit by the strong scent of perfume. I frowned and instinctively took a step back. She never wore perfume because she knew I was particularly sensitive to it. "Alex, what happened with David today isn't what you think," she said. She used my full name, but just David for him. The difference was stark. Sarah was still trying to explain herself, but I found I couldn't connect this person with the girl I used to know. I remembered when I first transferred to Sarah's high school. That first day, I was waiting outside the classroom door for the teacher to call me in. I peeked through the window, and my eyes landed on Sarah, sitting in the very back. She was sitting perfectly straight, listening intently to the teacher, completely captivated. And I, in turn, was captivated by her. New student, Alex?" I snapped out of my daze and walked into the classroom to introduce myself. "Hi everyone, I'm Alex. Alex as in Alexander." "New student, why don't you sit next to the class president?" the teacher said, pointing to an empty seat right next to Sarah. The only thought in my head was, so she's the class president. After class, I was still unpacking my things when someone knocked on the classroom window. I looked up and saw a handsome guy smiling at Sarah. "Sarah, want to come over for dinner tonight?" I looked down and continued organizing my desk as Sarah accepted his invitation. A month later, I learned that the guy was David, Sarah's childhood friend, though he was a bit older than us. At the time, Sarah and I were just normal classmates who occasionally helped each other with homework. That lasted until one night, after I finished my cleaning duties, I was jumped by a group of older students in an alley on my way out of school. "What do you guys want?" "Heard your family's loaded, huh?" They were all taller than me and surrounded. I had no idea how to escape. "Don't worry, give us the cash and we'll leave you alone." Just as I was about to hand over my money, Sarah appeared. "What are you doing?" The guys looked up. A boy and a girl were standing with her. After they left, I clutched the money in my hand and said, "Thanks." It's nothing. From now on, you should hang with us, David said, throwing an arm around my shoulder, his cheerful smile etched into my memory. From that day forward, the group was me, David, Sarah, and her older sister, Eliza. The way Sarah looked now, desperate and unfamiliar, reminded me so much of how Eliza used to be. Sarah, whatever is happening between you two has nothing to do with me. We're over. I tried to move past her and go upstairs, but she grabbed my hand. I turned back to look at her and saw the dark circles under her eyes. A part of me still ached for her. I bit my tongue to stay sharp. Alex, stop making a scene. I yanked my hand away from her grasp. It was unbelievable. Even now, she thought, I was just throwing a tantrum. I'm not. Sarah, let's break up. I walked to the elevator without a second glance. The moment the elevator doors closed, I knew that Sarah and I were truly finished. The proposal at the festival went viral, and as a consequence, so did the video of me dancing with the female rapper. Some internet sleuths managed to dig up my social media account, and my follower count skyrocketed. This new exposure brought in a lot of offers from celebrities for choreography. At the same time, people who knew about my relationship with Sarah started commenting. The guy who got proposed to, his girlfriend is the dancer. The buzz exploded all over again. Friends from high school and college started messaging me. David also sent me a message, asking if we could meet. We arranged to meet at the restaurant the four of us used to frequent. He was wearing a white suit again, looking incredibly sharp. As soon as I sat down, someone came over to ask for his number. David turned them down and handed me the menu. No thanks, I'm on a strict diet lately. William took the menu back. Alex, it's not what you think with Sarah and me. You know I'm in love with Eliza. That proposal was just a stunt to get Eliza to show up. You misunderstood Sarah. She really likes you. I looked down. Whether it was a misunderstanding or not, Sarah and I were never going to work. I went home that day and felt miserable for a long, long time before I finally understood that Sarah and I were just not the same kind of people. The love I needed wasn't the love she was capable of giving. When one person in a relationship is always giving and getting nothing back, it's exhausting. We already broke up, I said. David looked genuinely surprised. Sarah probably hadn't told him. So there's no need to talk about this. If there's nothing else, I have to go. I have choreography to practice. I grabbed my bag and walked out of the restaurant, only to come face to face with Sarah and Eliza. Alex, long time no see, Eliza greeted me with her usual nonchalant swagger. I gave a small smile and tried to walk past them. Sarah grabbed my arm. I looked at her, confused. I don't make a habit of having dinner with my ex-girlfriends. I'll give you a ride home. It's pouring outside and it's hard to get a cab here. I glanced at the window at the end of the hall. It really was a downpour. No thanks, I'll just have Mark pick me up. He's nearby. I refused her offer and texted Mark. He called me back almost immediately. He told me to stay put. A friend of his was right next door and could give me a ride. I waited by the main entrance for Mark's friend. It was the girl I had danced with at the festival. Her name was Chloe. I watched as a flashy red sports car pulled up in front of me, and my mouth twitched slightly. Chloe rolled down the window and gestured for me to get in. I snapped out of it and climbed into her car. With her bright red hair, Chloe really stood out, Vin. Me looking at her hair, she explained she had just dyed it last night. Looks good. Hey, handsome. My label is having an event this Saturday. Are you interested in being my special guest? Being called handsome by Chloe felt a little strange. I checked my calendar and saw I was free, so I agreed. It was a good chance to ride the wave of publicity. We're here, handsome. I'll pick you up on Saturday. Chloe kept calling me handsome, and it made me a little shy. I texted Mark to let him know I was safe at the dance studio, then got back to practicing. By the time I finished, the rain had stopped. I walked home slowly. As luck would have it, I ran into Sarah again. "Alex, after you left, David was recognized and started getting a lot of hate. So could you post something online to explain for him? Just think of it as repaying the favor for when he saved you back then, okay?" I closed my tired eyes and agreed, just wanting this to be over. Just never, ever bother me again. Back home, I posted a brief statement. Ms. Anderson and I had already broken up that day. No third party was involved. After posting, I tossed my phone aside. As I took off my makeup, I couldn't stop the tears from flowing. Lying in bed, all I could visualize was the day Sarah had asked me out. "Alex, I might not be the best, and I'm not great with words, but I promise I'll be good to you. Can we be together?" Thinking about it now, it's hilarious. I forced the thoughts out of my head. I had a class to teach tomorrow, and showing up with swollen eyes wouldn't be good. My phone buzzed on the nightstand. I picked it up. It was a call from Mark. "Bro, did she force you to post that? She's just taking advantage of you being nice. She seems so quiet and gentle usually." Well, at least someone was 100% on my side. "Don't be sad, Alex. I wanted to post it, Mark. It's midnight. Shouldn't you be home?" "Hello? Hello? Bro, my signal's suddenly bad. Gotta go. Bye." I stared at the disconnected call and decided to let him off the hook this time. The next morning, I opened my curtains and saw Sarah standing downstairs again, holding something. So she did have time to bring me breakfast after all. I made a point to change into a sharp suit and put on some cologne. I remembered a date where I wore a new shirt and a spritz of cologne, and she lectured me for half an hour. "What do you think you look like? That smell is so strong it's giving me a headache. Can you not do this next time? I don't like you like this. Look at David. The faint smell of soap on him is so much nicer." Sure enough, as I came downstairs, Sarah's brow furrowed immediately. "Alex, why are you dressed like that? Didn't I tell you this doesn't look good?" I looked her up and down. "What I wear is none of your damn business." Sarah was probably not expecting me to talk back. Just then, a little boy from the building walked by to throw out some trash. "Wow, mister, you look so cool today." "Thanks, man. You look super cool, too." I shot Sarah a look that screamed, "See? I look awesome like this." I wasn't saying you don't look good, just that you'll scare your students like this." At that moment, I really wanted to slap myself. How could I have ever found this woman cute? "Hey, handsome, need a ride? I can take you." The flashy red sports car pulled up, and Chloe got out, took off her sunglasses, and raised an eyebrow at me. "Sure." I walked with Chloe to the passenger side, and she opened the door for me. "After you, handsome." Chloe's antics made me laugh. Just as I was about to get in, Sarah physically blocked my way. "Alex, who is she? Who she is none of your damn business. Are you refusing to get back with me because of her?" Sarah's eyes reddened as she spoke. I couldn't help but laugh out loud. "You've got a lot of nerve. Ma'am, could you please move? I need to get this handsome man to work." I got into the passenger seat, and Chloe quickly shut the door. Sarah was still trying to block us from leaving. After Chloe said something to her, Sarah's face fell, and she stepped aside. Chloe put on her sunglasses and got in the car with a flourish. "So, handsome? Satisfied?" "Very. What did Mark promise you for this?" "He said if I make you happy, my next choreography gig is secured." Chloe looked at me with puppy dog eyes. "It's secured. I'm very satisfied." "Woohoo! You're the best, handsome!" Chloe reversed the car with one hand, deliberately steering past Sarah. "What did you say to her back there?" "Told her to get a clue and stop harassing you." Chloe dropped me off at the dance studio. Just as she left and I was about to go in, someone tugged on my arm. I looked down and saw one of my students, Sam. Teacher, teacher, you look so different today. I knelt down to his level and asked, a little nervous, how am I different? You look super handsome today, teacher. More handsome than ever. I held back the tears welling in my eyes, smiled, and took Sam's hand as I stood up, looking at his mom behind him. You really do look great today, Alex. Thanks, Mrs. Davis. Come on, Sam, say bye to Mom. We're going inside. Bye, Mom. Mom? I led Sam into the studio, and all my co-workers greeted me with the same sentiment. Alex, you look amazing today. I couldn't stop smiling all the way until the end of the day. After seeing off the last student, I packed up and walked out of the studio. The three of them, Sarah, Eliza, and David, were standing at the door. I turned to go back inside, but David, wearing a mask, grabbed me. Let go. I shook him off, frowning at the three of them. Alex, don't be ungrateful. Sarah is so good to you. How could you have the heart to break up with her? Are you her dad? Why do you care so much? As soon as I said that, both Sarah and Eliza moved to step forward. Eliza held Sarah back, and David stepped back again. Alex, apologize. My sister doesn't hit men, but I do. And I don't care if you're her man or not, I'll hit you. I looked at David's lovesick expression and couldn't help but roll my eyes. Eliza. Sarah stepped in front of me, and I took a step back. Alex, a woman as good as my sister. You'll regret losing her for the rest of your life. Yeah, Alex, Sarah is a really good woman. What am I, just a part of your three-way drama? Why do you have to drag me into it? If she's such a good woman, why don't you date him? You're all nuts. Stop bothering me. The three of you, please form a single-file line and get the hell out of my life. All three of them stared at me in disbelief. Eliza clenched her fists, ready to swing at me, but Sarah stopped her. I pointed to the security camera above us and looked at the three of them. See that? If you don't want to end up in jail again, you'll get out of my life. All three of you. I'm going to beat the shit out of you. Eliza, looking like she was on something, lunged at me. I quickly retreated into the studio, locked the door, and called the police. Eliza was still outside, throwing things at the camera until the police arrived. Only then did I come out. Are you okay? An officer asked. Just shaken up. I gave the police the security footage. They said if I didn't agree to mediation, it would be considered assault. Alex, Eliza's my sister. You wouldn't want her to go to jail, would you? Hearing that, I immediately turned to the officer handling the mediation. Officer, I'm not settling. She's caused me psychological trauma. Alex. David, who had been sitting in the corner, suddenly got up and punched me. Before I could retaliate, the police pulled him away. Officer, they've both assaulted me now, right? Yes. Eliza tried to stand up, but was pushed back down by an officer behind her. Alex, if you have a problem, come at me. Why are you going after David? Fine. I'm not settling. Leaving the police station, Sarah was still tugging at my arm, trying to get me to agree to a settlement. Sarah, are you insane? We're over. It's impossible. You're the one who brought them here to corner me. If you keep grabbing me, I'm calling the cops again. Suddenly, Sarah started slapping herself, hard. Alex, it's all my fault. Please just let my sister go. Passers-by were all staring at us. Guilt-tripping, huh? Officer, can you let her cool off in a holding cell for a bit? With her acting like this, I'm afraid to go home. We can do that. The police led the dazed Sarah away, and I finally felt relieved. Bro. I got into Mark's car and told him how crazy those three were. Dude, they know where you live. How about this? Sell that apartment, and then buy a new one. We've got the money. Besides, I saw this new condo complex that's pretty nice. It's big enough and really close to your studio. Mark was saying exactly what I was thinking. Okay, I'll talk to Mom and Dad when I get home. When I got home, My parents immediately swarmed me, looking me over. "Are you okay, sweetie? That Sarah girl is really something else." "Dad, I'm fine. Let's eat first." I walked into the kitchen and saw a spotless table. I turned back to look at my parents. "Your dad was craving takeout, so we ordered some." "Yeah, son. What do you want to eat? Dad will give you some money. Take Mark and go eat out." Mark and I exchanged a look. I went to get some instant noodles, and Mark went to wash some vegetables. As always, self-reliance was key. After ordering a new security camera, I apologized to my boss and submitted my resignation. My boss waved his hand, refusing it. "Alex, I can't lose you. Take a month off, paid. We're moving to a new studio anyway." The next day, Mark dragged me to see a new place. We bought it that day and called a moving company. As I was carrying the last load of furniture downstairs, I ran into the little boy from yesterday. "Mister, are you moving away? Can we exchange contact info?" After adding the boy, I took one last look at the empty apartment, closed the door, and left for good. After getting the new place set up, I was lying in bed, ready for a good rest, when Chloe called. "Hey, handsome, I'll pick you up tomorrow morning. Rehearsal is at noon, and the show starts at night." I had totally forgotten I'd agreed to be in her labels show. "Handsome." Chloe was fast. By the time I got downstairs, her car was already there. "How did you get here so quickly?" "Didn't Mark tell you I live in this complex too, handsome?" Mark might have mentioned something, but he never told me that friend was Chloe. "Handsome, I might need you to dance today, just like at the festival." "No problem." When we got to the venue, Chloe and Mark were sharing a dressing room. Mark stared at me in disbelief. "Bro, what are you doing here?" I pointed to Chloe next to me. "I'm her special guest." Chloe gave Mark a smug nod. Mark leaned back in his chair and laughed, annoyed. "My bro is your special guest? The hell makes you worthy?" "Handsome, I pre-ordered some clay pot rice. It's amazing." CHLOE. Don't tell me you have a crush on my brother. Mark's words hung in the air. We both went quiet and stared at Chloe. I turned to look at her too. I remembered the little boy from my old building telling me he was actually a fan of Chloe's. And what Chloe had said to Sarah that day. "Alex is allergic to perfume. You don't even know that? What kind of girlfriend are you? Get lost." "Yeah, I do like him," she said plainly. Mark's eyes went wide. He looked at Chloe, then back at me. "Bro, look at her. Her intentions are impure." "Mark, you're up." "Chloe, you wait till I get back. I'm gonna interrogate you. In the meantime, you are not to lay a single finger on my brother." Chloe gave Mark an innocent look. After he left, she leaned back in her chair, all swagger again. "Handsome, can I like you?" "What if I say no?" "If you say no, I'll have a secret crush on you until you say yes." Chloe stared at me, her gaze direct. I broke first and looked down at my phone. "Handsome, you're not going to say no, are you? Handsome?" Chloe gently tugged on my sleeve. "Chloe, you're acting like a puppy right now." "I only want to be Handsome's doggo." A staff member who had just opened the door froze on the spot. Chloe closed her eyes as if accepting her fate. I get it. You only want to be Handsome's doggo." The staff member closed the door and left, and then I heard an explosion of laughter from the hallway. "Handsome? Now they all know? What are we going to do?" "Nothing to be done about it, doggo." When Mark came back, his eyes were murderous. "Chloe, explain yourself. What's this about only wanting to be Handsome's doggo?" "It's exactly what it sounds like. Your bro and I are going to rehearse. Be a good boy, little brother." Right in front of Mark, Chloe grabbed my wrist and pulled me toward the stage. "Handsome, wait. When I sing, "Hey handsome, give me your hand, let me ask you for a dance," I'll walk over to you, and then we'll just dance together. Got it. I stood on the side of the stage. There was already a decent crowd of fans, and when Chloe went out, a huge cheer went up. After rehearsal, we went back to the dressing room. Mark was sitting there with a dark expression, looking at us. "You two, sit." He practically forced me into a chair. Then he grabbed a stick from who knows where and sat across from us like an interrogator. "Bro, I know you're upset about the breakup and you want to find a hot girl to piss off that witch Sarah, and yeah, Chloe is kinda pretty. But bro, do you have any idea how much damage your behavior is doing to your little brother, me?" I looked at my dead serious best friend, my best bro in the whole world. "Mark, I'm right here. What harm could me getting with your brother possibly do to you? Isn't it better to have one more person who loves you? Come on, little bro. Get out, get the hell out. I thought we were friends and you're trying to hit on my brother? Not happening. Get out." I buried my face in my hands. These two were a handful. "We're not together. Bro, don't say yes to her, I'm begging you." Just then, my phone rang. I signaled for them to be quiet. "Hello. Alex, Sarah's drunk at a bar. Can you come pick her up?" It was one of Sarah's friends. "We've already broken up. Bye." I hung up. Just as I was about to put my phone down, it rang again. I'd hang up, and they'd immediately call back. I ended up just blocking all of her friends' numbers. "Bro, who was that?" "One of Sarah's friends. These people are like a rash you can't get rid of." I had to agree with Mark on that one. After Chloe and I ran through the dance 2 more times backstage, it was almost showtime. I changed, got my makeup touched up, and stood on the side of the stage to watch Mark perform. He might be young, but he had a lot of tricks up his sleeve. On stage, Mark was a completely different person from the Mark I knew. "Handsome, do you have any favorite celebrities or idols?" Chloe asked, standing next to me. The question caught me off guard. I think I used to, but after getting with Sarah, I slowly started focusing only on real life. "Yeah, I do. Who do you like, handsome?" The music was loud, so I leaned in and whispered it in her ear. "Being a fan is a really amazing thing," I said, looking at all the fans at the festival. "Yeah, that's why we have to give them 100% of our passion back." When Mark came off stage, he was drenched in sweat. I handed him a towel. Chloe was getting ready to go on. I took a deep breath and checked my outfit one last time. "Bro, don't be nervous. Just dance like you normally do." "Okay." Dancing on stage, I think I finally understood why Mark had such a big on-stage, off-stage contrast. This was probably the most fun I'd ever had dancing, even though no one was there for me. Oh, wait. Someone was. Mark was in the crowd, doing a cheer for me. In a sea of faces, his was the only one steadfastly shouting my name. Chloe had more of her set to perform, so I slowly exited the stage. Mark brought a chair over. "Bro, check out this solo cam I filmed of you." I watched the video Mark sent to the group chat over and over. In the end, I saved it and posted it to my social feed. Not long after, a friend sent me a screenshot of Sarah's latest post. "So you broke up with me for this girl?" I admit, I'm not perfect, but I truly loved you with all my heart. I never missed an anniversary gift, and I always sent you money on holidays. I know that's what I'm supposed to do, but I really love you. I'll continue to watch over you from afar. The whole post was vague, but it might as well have been a public announcement that I was a cheating scumbag. "And that, Sarah, is why you disgust me. I literally can't with her. I can't take it anymore." I commented that she was crazy, and she deleted my comment and blocked me. "What is wrong with her?" my friend ranted in a series of voice messages. My only regret is not slapping her a few times the day we broke up. Youth is priceless, but so is slapping Sarah. I didn't engage with Sarah's post, but a few days later, one of her friends shared her little essay on X, tagging me directly. She really loves you to death. Instantly, my DMs were flooded by angry women, and so was my comment section. He just looks like a cheater. Honey, you need to find a woman who's good to you. Wow, he seemed so nice. I wonder how much a guy like that costs for a night. I'd like to know too, heh. Gross, dude. Even Chloe's comment section was being overrun by her male fans. The gifts my bro gave her were worth thousands. What did she give him? You want me to list them? A box half full of packing peanuts? A hand-knit scarf she listed on eBay after someone else broke up with her? Makeup samples? Weeds from the side of the road? Or are you talking about the $5 Venmos on holidays? Your love is cheap. Since you're all talking, how about you? Return the watch, phone, and tablet my bro gave her? My bro is a nice guy, but I'm not. I know exactly why you two broke up. Making out with your sister's partner? You two are disgusting. And to all the creepy women in the comments, this isn't a public restroom. If you can't find a mirror, at least look at your own piss. Mark, absolutely furious, replied to that post, laying everything out. The entire exchange shot to the top of the trending list. Chloe retweeted Mark's post with the reply, "So gross." Suddenly, my boss, my co-workers, my students' parents, and old classmates all started reposting what Mark wrote. I stayed silent because I was too busy wondering what kind of spell I had been under. My youth was truly wasted on a dog. It wasn't long before Sarah's friend deleted the post. A mutual friend messaged me to say Sarah had deleted her post too. The whole thing slowly died down. My friends all reached out to comfort me, but after being burned so many times, I was just numb. After Eliza and David got out, they tried to go to my old apartment to cause trouble, but the new owner was a 6'3" giant. When Eliza started pounding on the door, he was just getting home. He apparently beat them both up. The little boy from my old neighborhood was the one who told me. My life was slowly getting back to normal. Until one day, I saw that my favorite band from back in the day was going on tour. Mom, Dad, Mark, help me get tickets. I have to see my idols. On the day tickets went on sale, the four of us were huddled around the dining table, waiting. The moment they dropped, we pounced. I can't even get on the site. It won't let me pay. Gone. They're all gone. I sighed. It looked like I wasn't destined to see them. Handsome, I got one. A message from Chloe popped up. It was a picture of a concert ticket. The name on it was mine. Chloe got one. Damn, Chloe's got skills. Did you tell her? She traded me soccer tickets for the info. Bro, you know I've been dying to go but couldn't get tickets. I always knew Mark loved soccer, but didn't Chloe want to see this concert too? Doesn't she want to go too? You can't win a boyfriend without sacrificing some soccer tickets. On the plane to Vegas, I saw a flash of bright red hair sitting next to me. Chloe? Hi, handsome. What are you... The info package I got for the soccer tickets included your flight details. Chloe's smile was so bright it was dazzling. I was genuinely worried her face would cramp. Handsome, my family's house is in Vegas, right near the venue. My parents aren't home, so why don't you stay with us? Didn't Mark tell you I booked a hotel? He did, but I figured it was worth a shot. I closed my eyes and put on my eye mask, blocking out Chloe's hopeful gaze. When we got to Vegas, Chloe stuck close to me. Unfortunately, her red hair was so conspicuous that her fans spotted her immediately. Chloe got swarmed. I waved to her from outside the circle and hopped in. A cab. When the concert started, I still couldn't believe it. I was actually seeing them, all three of them. I had finally fulfilled a dream from 10 years ago. After the concert, I got a call from Chloe. Handsome, the concert's over, right? I'm sending you my location. I'll give you a ride to your hotel. I checked the rideshare apps. Nothing available. The subway had stopped running. I started walking toward the location Chloe sent. "Handsome, over here!" Chloe shouted, waving from beside her car. When I got closer, she handed me a bouquet of flowers. I took them, a little puzzled. "I thought these would look good with your outfit today. Get in, handsome." Chloe opened the passenger door for me. After I sat down, she closed it. "Chloe, seize the opportunity. I'm only giving you one chance to win over my bro." Mark's voice suddenly filled the car. Outside, Chloe's ears were bright red as she looked at me. After she got in, she stammered out an explanation. "Forgot my phone was connected to the Bluetooth. Handsome, have you thought about what we talked about last time?" Chloe asked, poking me while we waited at a red light. "I think your application can be approved." "In that case, handsome, I'm officially starting my open pursuit." The red light turned green. A year later, Chloe and I made our relationship official. She always said she'd move at my pace. "Handsome, are you really coming to the soccer game with me? I might not get it, but I promise I won't fall asleep." "It's okay. Just having you with me is enough. Look, this is the team I support." The game ended. When Chloe's team won, she was so excited she threw her arms around me. The moment I hugged her back, we both froze. "Handsome? Thank you. Handsome, will you be my boyfriend? I know this is a bit sudden, but I'm serious." She started to panic. "Oh, wait, no. Handsome, say no. Let me wait until I have flowers and a proper setting. This is way too sudden." Chloe scratched her head, second-guessing herself. "Yes." "Handsome? What did you say?" "I said yes. I'll be your boyfriend." This past year, Chloe had been incredibly good to me. She brought me flowers every time we met, and sometimes small gifts. She was thoughtful with my parents, and she'd even won Mark over to her side. But most importantly, I had genuinely fallen for her. Chloe announced our relationship on all her social media platforms. On the way home, a friend sent me a message. "Sarah's dead." Apparently, after Eliza and David got married, Eliza was abusive. David asked Sarah to help him escape. Sarah got him out, and Eliza killed her in a rage. "You're dating someone?" "Yeah, I am. She's really good to me." As for Sarah's death, I just felt that what goes around comes around. And now all I want is to keep being happy.